Hi, this is Mary Doblander, and I just wanted to come on here and do a video with CEO Dwayne Golden from Ingreso Cybernetico. Dwayne, if you could answer some questions for me, I'd like to just go into why someone should join your company and what is so special about Ingreso Cybernetico.
Thanks, Mary. It's good to be here. A couple of things. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here being interviewed, and I don't really get these often. So I'm going to take advantage of it and let you know what I don't know that there's anything that makes us special other than the people that are part of our company. We have focused over the last 7 years on anyone, not just the top 3% that usually gets the focus. We have worked with people who have come from homeless situations, and we've taken people who are just getting through divorce or getting over horrific rounds of chemo. We've taken the normal people and worked with them and helped them to build income for their families. So I think that's what makes the environment or the culture here special with our people. I
Mhm.
could say it's our software, but the truth is you can get software anywhere. We just decided to use it in a way to help individuals and their families and or small businesses.
That is so true. So for that's a newbie and has never been involved with online marketing and knows nothing about Bitcoin, could you explain how they can make an income with this?
Yeah, well, it's it's pretty interesting that oftentimes to be successful at something, the least amount of experience you have, the better off you are. And this often is the case. There are times when what you know disrupts and interferes with you being able to be successful because you can't get rid of the old ways you used to do them. So newbies often are better because, or are better at this because they start from ground zero and they actually go through a learning curve of what it means. How do I use software? First of all, I don't really use the internet or computers to
Hmm.
reading and taking and learning from the ground up. When someone's had experience in this kind of thing before, those are the type of people who they'll join and work with a company, never log in, never use the software, never do anything. They're just hoping for a miracle that happens from the person that introduced them to it. So I can only say is step one. What we do first of all is we actually offer free access for people like you're talking about, saying newbies, and so they're not caught
Hmm.
off guard. So they can see exactly what they may be entering into, and we offer a free access to some trainings and introductory not only to who we are, but how we pay, how the software will work in their lives. And we did that to build a bridge so they don't have to get overwhelmed. Because the word software itself is overwhelming, but making money online, if all you've ever done was worked for a company, it could be very overwhelming. So those are some of the things I have to say is, guess what? Step one, if you can breathe, you don't have to have a high school diploma. You don't have to have 15 degrees. If you can learn, if you can actually learn either through in some cases, video or read a little bit, we can assist you. We'll work with anyone who wants to be able to transition from where they are financially to where they want to be financially.
That is awesome. And there's also so many programs out there that don't have a coaching program. So a lot of people purchase programs and then they don't know where to go.
Sure.
So that's what I wanted to ask you. You have a coaching program, okay? And
Mhm.
could you explain the benefits of that coaching program and how would this work with both newbies and experienced people?
Well, the idea of our coaching program is more to do with where a person is rather than trying to make everybody fit into the
Hmm.
same box. So when a person comes in
That's
new,
awesome.
they need to know what now. Okay, all right. If I do get started, what goes with that? So we like to do this. We like to assess where they are, and we do that in their first. We have a interview process, or I should say, a first coaching session process where we get to know more about them and we let them know more about us, myself and my team. And from there, based on where they're coming from, we walk them through what it means. First of all, if you don't know anything about Bitcoin or software, that's okay. Here's ground zero. Here's where you start. We'll give some assignments and then we get them ready for their next coaching appointment. So it just depends. But if someone has vast experience and they come in, they say they've been working from home for years, but this part's new dealing with software, They've worked with autoresponders and stuff before. Well, we actually raise the bar and we go up and show them the parts that maybe they're not familiar with. And that is, so we take a person from where they are and we work with them and help them to build. If they know a lot about marketing, they know a lot about the industry, but they don't know much about our company, then we put our focusing on that with them on how our system works and how it can properly benefit and be a good match for them.
Right. And I have to say, I'm an online marketer myself, and I've had a few years under my belt, and I'm still learning. And I appreciate some of the coaching that you're doing right now because it's helped me as well. So, but also for people, Dwayne, that don't understand Bitcoin, okay, how can they benefit instead of say using the USD? Because we use Bitcoin for payment. So to explain to people that say, well, why are we being paid with Bitcoin and not US dollars?
Well, the focus of this is where the world's going. It's going to a place where much of what we do today in the future will all be done with digital currency. All of our world's been disrupted per se, and in fact, right now during this coronavirus, we can see how far the disruption is going. The disruption now is most businesses have to rethink their model. Educational systems have to rethink their model. How can I get majority of the capacity of what we are doing to be done from in the home of individuals and from remote locations? Well, currency has not been disrupted until 2009 at the onset in creation of Bitcoin. Since that
Mhm.
time, there's been hundreds of other digital currencies created, and now what's the end result? Bank of America has more patents for cryptocurrency and blockchain than any other bank. Wells
Mhm.
Fargo is not far behind. JP Morgan Chase, who said just a few years ago that cryptocurrency is fake, it's a bubble, it's not real, stay away from it. Now they are third in line with the number of patents that they've created, and they've already started working in blockchain within their realm. The world, every government's embracing it. All banks are, even though they don't want you to. And so if you wait until they are running all of it, unfortunately, you're going to be subject to be a dependent, waiting for permission. Right now, if you use fiat currency, if you go to spend your own money with your debit card, you'll be charged for it. If you go to borrow against your own money, you'll be charged for it. So one of the things we note is no matter what you do with the traditional fiat, every move in every direction, you're going to have a charge, and so will the person on the other end. Now, what we found out with cryptocurrency is it was created for the people, by the people. So if you wait until the banks and governments completely run all of it, you're going to be back in that place again. Right now, there are transactions that will happen throughout the day, every day, and there's a public ledger so no one can cheat you over it. And you have the ability to do that and minimize all these additional remittance fees that are created by governments in each country. So it doesn't mean you should be anti-government at all. It just means that when you have the opportunity to have control of the direction of where things are going for your family, and you can arrive in
Mhm.
the future before the future gets here, do it. What I
Exactly.
recommend right now, because these questions are all going to the same place, on this page, you should see an option to actually get free access right now. It doesn't cost anything. Get free
Exactly.
access and take a look. Find out what's possible for you and don't wait. Don't wait till the next crisis. It doesn't have to be coronavirus. It doesn't have to be that your company's gone out of business. You can find out today and it won't cost you a dime to get free access and see what's possible for you, even with Ingreso Cybernetico.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And we have something coming up in May called
Yes.
halving, and that's going to be an amazing event as well. So could you basically just briefly go into the comp plan a little bit? I know you don't have a lot of time and I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but how people can get involved with it and secure their future with Ingreso Cybernetico.
Wow. Okay. Let me go and get my microphone closer because a couple of things. Um, I think that one of the things that's happened over the last decade is we've become a high pitch, hyperactive community, those who are online and have businesses. So I don't have a very high pitch, uh, sexy invitation of any sort. I will tell you that if you're at a point in your life where it's time that you transition, that you begin to build incomes, aside from the traditional ways, and that you can have more and be more. Maybe you're like me. I am what they consider the middle age group, right? Baby boomer. And I'm moving into a point where I'm past that 50% point of life, and I wanted to capture more. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you're younger and you just know that, hey, you didn't have the same opportunities others have had, and you're not sure where you're at. Or maybe you just want to grow your money and you have a lot of it. It doesn't matter. We tell you that we are a family with our company, and we are a culture of one that believes that if you can do it without misleading people, cheating, or creating your own internal scams, or misleading people just to make one sale, you'd be a great fit here. We
Mhm.
believe that there's an opportunity for everyone. In fact, our top earners are people who started, and like I said, many of them, some were homeless, some were from a world where they used to be incarcerated, single parents. We are a family, and we've served over 84,000 subscribers in more than 130 countries. That's what we've been doing for the last 7
Wow.
years, and we open the invitation for you to participate. And you know what? You can find out more. You can actually click on the button and get free access. Go through, we have some free coaching, free training right there available for you. You do that, and you're going to find out more about us, and maybe find out we are a good fit. Maybe we're not one at all. Either way, we're not trying to give you any type of fancy invitation. We're just telling you that the door is open and you're very welcome. And Mary, by the way, I thank you for even having me here in this interview. I count it a joy, as I've not had the pleasure of meeting you yet, but I believe one day in the future we'll be meeting um, along with other members of our company. So thank you very
I
much.
think so as well. And I thank you, Dwayne, so much for coming on board and taking your time to answer my questions. I, for one, am very, very excited about Ingreso Cybernetico. And I hope everyone that's viewing this video will, look at everything that you have to offer, and really, come on, join, even if you join for free, and start out and start securing their future, their
There you
financial
go.
future.
Click the button. You guys got it? Just
Right.
click the button and see. Nobody's going to ask you to pay for anything.
Right.
Find out for yourself. Mary,
Right.
it's a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Just stay healthy. Keep your hands washed,
Yes.
and try to stay what do you call
Yes.
that? Social distant, right? And we'll talk soon. God bless you.
Sounds great. Thank you again so much. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Take care.
Take care.